for granting us the opportunity to come to His house to perform our faridah. We ask Allah to accept our ibadah, forgive our shortcomings. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes in the Quran from the qualities of the believers, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِفُرُوجِهِمْ حَافِظُونَ إِلَّا عَلَىٰ أَزْوَاجِهِمْ أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ فَمَنِ ابْتَغَى وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ. In the next verse, from the fourth quality of the believers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that believers are those who are controlling their desire and how they fulfill their desire. Remember, the desire to eat, the desire to drink, and to desire to relieve yourself, intercourse, all of these are part of the needs of this human being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept all of these needs inside this human being, any creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether humans or animal, they have these necessities and needs. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings His orders that how you are going to control these needs of yours. How are you going to fulfill them? Because every believer, he is the ambassador of Allah on earth. إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. Now, what is the duty of this believer? That he needs to do what Allah is telling him to do to be able to become successful. So what to eat, what to drink, how you're going to fulfill your needs and necessities, these are all restricted under the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A person cannot do whatever he feels like. One of the greatest misunderstanding that is found in today's society is about the life that you have. It is yours and you enjoy it the way you want. So in the culture that you and I live, everybody has been given this life to be theirs, and this life needs to be governed according to your desire, because that's your want. Now in this purpose, in this world, you are here to fulfill what you like to do, what you want to do. That is an understanding that is developed by this human being himself. Allah did not reveal anything like this. Allah did not send anything like this. Rather, what Allah Azza wa Jal has sent is فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُم مِّنِّي هُدًى فَمَنِ اتَّبَعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا يَضِلُّ وَلَا يَشْقَى فَمَنْ تَبِعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. That Adam alayhi salam and Hawa alayhi salam, when they were sent into this world, it was told by Allah specifically that you are coming here not to fulfill your desires, not to fulfill your wants. You are here to follow the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those who follow these guidance, there will be no grief for them, there will be no fear for them, there will be no loss for them. So we have to understand this concept that Allah has made this dunya, this world, a place of fulfilling responsibilities, not fulfilling desires. The place to fulfill desire is Jannah. وَلَكُمْ فِيهَا مَا تَشْتَهِيهِ الْأَنفُسُ وَتَلَذُّ الْأَعْيُنُ وَأَنْتُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ وَتِلْكَ الْجَنَّةُ الَّتِي أُورِثْتُمُوهَا بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. Allah says in the Quran that the place of Jannah is the place, whatever your desire would be, whatever your nafs will desire, you will have it. So one of the things that we need to understand and put this into our mind, that our stay in this world, it is not to fulfill whatever I feel like. Because if you see in the world outside, all of the filth that is being done, people are relieving, or they are, fulfilling their desire out of wedlock. People are going and fulfilling desire the way they feel like doing. Some people are going towards the same genders. And what is the concept? What is their argument to this? That it is my life, and wherever I would feel inclined towards, that's the path or route I'm going to take. But this is a wrong understanding. Allah has not sent us into this world to fulfill what we feel like doing. Every believer, every person, every human in this world has been restricted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why Allah has made this human being. If it was not because of this human being, if Allah had made him any other creation, then you can do whatever you feel. Animals, the way they do. They have no concept of marriage. They have no concept of halal, haram. They have no concept of what is legal and what is not legal. Their purpose is what? They're born, they serve their cause, and then they die. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put these restrictions for this human being. Now a person might say, I did not ask for this. Why am I told to do this? The reason why, because you are a product of Allah. Allah is your creator. And a product, it's never under its own will that how they're going to function. The way manufacturer has put it into it, like a manufacturer made a car and they said that the gas tank can only receive gas. A person says, no, it is my car, I purchased it, I paid thousands of dollars for it. So now instead of putting gas, I'm going to put water, or I'm going to put a sparkling water or milk. That car will never operate, no matter how much you paid for it, or your ownership towards it. Why? Because it is manufactured to be utilized in a similar way, in a certain way. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is our manufacturer. Allah has created us. So we need to function the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered us. So Allah says believers are those who are protecting their chastity, they are protecting their private parts, and they are only utilizing and they are only fulfilling their desire from the avenue that Allah has made permissible. And that's the only, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِلَّا عَلَىٰ أَزْوَاجِهِمْ. أو ما ملكت أيمانهم doesn't exist anymore because Halatul Islam. But إِلَّا عَلَىٰ أَزْوَاجِهِمْ, that's the only thing. Through your spouses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made halal and legal for you. Other than that, no matter what the world is saying or going towards, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has فَمَنِ ابْتَغَى وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ. Allah says whoever looks the other avenue and other path, then these are the transgressors. These are the people who have gone away from the orders of Allah and beyond the limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's one thing that we need to be very careful about. Because this is the way that shaitan comes and he attacks many people. There are many marriages that are being broken because of this situation. There are many people that are completely ignorant to the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made something like this haram, that a person goes and he does action that Allah has forbidden. So that's why a believer is controlling his desire. A believer is only doing, and the first thing that we need to do, starting of this, is protecting your gaze. Because eyesight is the deadliest arrow of shaitan. As the hadith mentions, sahmun min sihami iblis. It is a deadliest arrow from the arrows of Iblis. When it hits you, it destroys you. So when you look at something haram, immediately the effects come into your mind. And when those thoughts come into your mind, they develop into desires. And a person, if he's not able to control that, then he goes and he destroys himself. We ask Allah's protection. We ask Allah to make us the true believers. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the strength and ability to follow halal and stay away from haram. آمين يا رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحان الله وبحمده. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب